Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. However, once it's lost, you can never get it back. Harvey Mackay. Do you ever look back on the year that just passed and you can't remember a single thing that actually meant something to you? A single thing that was worth remembering in the first place? Have you also noticed that as your life progresses, time seems to go faster and faster? There's a theory about that goes something like, when you're 10 years old, 1 year of your life is 10%. When you're 20, it's 5%, and when you're 50, it's only 2%. This means that relatively, as time is relative, your years actually pass by quicker. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but it sounds right to me. And as scary as that might sound, I think I might have found a way to fight back at that notion. Create a year of adventure full of times that you can look back on with gratitude. To be intentional when planning out your year is to be aware of your own mortality and welcome it without regret. So if you want to do something like this is what you'll need. A big piece of cardboard or a yearly calendar that all fits on one page. A black pen, a colored pen, small sticky notes, a blank piece of paper, and your imagination. If you're creating one yourself, get a long ruler, preferably about 1 meter. Then measure out the length across the page and divide the number by 31. Then measure the width of the cardboard and divide it by 12. Then get your ruler and make little notches along the top and bottom, then the left side and right, based on whatever number came up after your division. By doing this, you can assure that all the little boxes are going to be of even size. And then it's just a game of connect the dots. This process does take a while though, so I'd recommend listening to your favorite music, a nice podcast, or a quality audiobook. I personally recommend the Red Rising series on Audible. Fantastic. I talk about this all the time and I'm never going to stop. When you're done, fill the left column with the months and each horizontal line with numbers 1 to 30. Now I understand that it's not every month is 30 days. Some are longer, some are shorter. And this yearly calendar isn't exactly to plan out every day of the year, so I don't think that really matters too much. It's just to give you a rough estimate of when you want to be intentional about creating habits or reaching goals or doing things that you have always wanted to do but you never quite get around to doing them. Now get out your blank piece of paper and for 20 to 30 minutes do a bit of brainstorming and think of some things that you've always wanted to do. Also, any goals that you want to achieve by a certain time frame during the year, and remember that these dates don't have to be exact, just a rough estimate. Since you're using sticky notes, you can always move them around, and you don't need to think of everything today either when you make the calendar. When a new idea pops up, you can write it on a sticky note and pop it up whenever you want. Some examples for things you can put in your calendar: holidays, small weekend trips, a certain amount of money saved in your bank account by a certain time, little excursions like going to see a live play, snorkeling, a live comedy show, things like that. A fitness goal, a business goal, etc., etc. There's so much you can put down, and if you're still struggling, after I go through my yearly calendar, maybe that'll give you the inspiration you need to fill out yours. Once you've filled out your page with things that you think would bring you fulfillment and you could look back on fondly, start putting them on post-it notes and sticking them in their respected dates. Now again, remember, you can always move it around. This is just so you can have a bit of intention behind your year. Now let's have a look at my calendar and see what I've planned for the year. Where my mum lives. So I'm going to see her on the 10th, which is in a few days. I'm very excited. Then we're going to snorkel in the Great Barrier Reef a few days after I arrive. And then on the 18th, I head to Japan. So things that are 100% definite on the dates, I didn't bother with a sticky note. I just wrote them down straight on the cardboard. Since I'm in Japan and I can't really look over my calendar for the next 2 months after I leave on the 18th, I didn't write too many things. There's only one thing that I wrote, which was Miyamoto Musashi's grave. I really want to visit that. So I'm going to go do that about a month after I arrive in Japan. Then on April the 20th, I come back to Australia. And 6 days later, I want to see a live play with my family. I've wanted to see more live plays and I've never gotten around to it, so I wrote that down. And then moving to May, this is where things start to get a bit more busy. I want to start 6 months sobriety off everything. I think that would be something. I did a month in October of 2024 and it was quite easy, so I think I want to extend it to 6 months and give that a go. But I don't want to do that in Japan, as there's some really fun things to do in Japan, like karaoke and stuff where, a little bit of alcohol would liven things up a bit, I feel. But yeah, not too long after that, a meditation retreat. I want to do this with my father, and if he's busy, then I'm going to go with one of my friends, Ren. He's very interested in that stuff as well. Then on the 15th, I want to start reading Dante's Inferno. I think that's quite a big read. It's not necessarily a massive read. This is the book here, but it's quite a hard read, and I want to analyze it and create notes about the whole book. So that's something that I wrote down. It's a goal of mine to read that this year, so I put that there. Then I'm going to join the gym. I currently only train at home, and I feel like, going to a gym would be better. I'd have more access to more equipment. I was mainly doing calisthenics, but I want to get into a bit more weightlifting. And then at the end of May, I want to create an end-of-month financial tracking habit. I've done this in the past and I really liked it, but I kind of lost my way with it a bit. So I feel that that's something that I need to do, especially if I want to hit all the financial goals that I have. In June, I haven't made anything so far that I want to do, but as things come up, I can just put them in there. Then in July, I want to see a live event, like a podcaster or a YouTuber. I went to a Chris Williamson event near the end of 2024 and I really liked it. So in July, this date probably won't be it, as I need to see exactly when someone I'm interested in is doing something in Australia that's close by. Then on the 15th, I want to finish writing the first draft of my book. It's a romance novel. I am loving writing it so far, and it's told from 2 first-person perspectives. Each chapter is a different perspective from the 2 main characters, Estella Green and Joseph Put. I don't want to get into too much detail now, but I'm going to be talking about it more later on. Then a cold hot therapy with my brother. So I want to go to like a sauna ice bath place where you do both interchangeably again and again. I've done that before and I want to take my brother to one, so I have that there. Then a visible 6-pack. I sometimes have that, but right now I don't. Bit after 2 months after joining the gym, that's definitely something that should be achievable for me. In August, a VR zombie shooting with my brother. I see people talking about these places, these VR places that you go, you put on goggles, you run around, shoot zombies. I always loved Call of Duty, like Black Ops Zombies, so I feel like that would be really fun. And I want to hit 120,000 followers on Instagram by the end of August. It's currently going down because I've completely changed my niche, and that's totally okay. But I hope by then this new type of content has gained some sort of traction, and I start going up in followers again. September, so I don't have much in September, but at the end of the month of September, I want to hit 100,000 in sales in a business that I do with my brother. Yeah, so that's a goal. I started that business about 7 weeks ago now, and it's doing very well. So I think that's achievable. In October, I want to release the start of October, a a product, custom journals and commonplace books. It's been a part of my life that I really enjoy, and I feel like I have some nice ways of organizing them that I feel other people would like to have access to, and that kind of product really aligns with my values, so I feel like that would be something that I would like to sell. Then my birthday is on the 15th of October, I turn 23. Then on the 18th, a family fishing trip. I want to go out on a charter boat with my dad and my stepmom, my brother, go fishing. I love that kind of thing. I don't do fishing too much. I don't go fishing very often, but I'd like to more. Be clear of all my debts by the end of October. So I have some debts that I pay the minimum amount to, and I would like those things to be completely off my slate. In November, on the 10th, I want to go do archery with my family. My stepmom's really good at shooting, actually. Yeah, so at the end of November, I want to see a stand-up comedian. I've never been to a live event, but I love stand-up comedy, so I think that'd be really fun. In December, I want to have my YouTube at 5,000 subscribers by the start of December. I want to grow my business with my brother to 20,000 followers on TikTok. Currently sitting at around 1,500. And then in the middle, on the 15th of December, I want to go to South Africa to see my friend Willem. He was meant to come to Japan with me, but some financial issues came up, which is totally understandable. So I'm planning to see him, spend Christmas with him and his family. They're very lovely people, so I think that would be very nice. And I want to stay close with this friend. He means a lot to me. And then by the end of the year, I want to quit painting. So I'm currently a house painter. My plate is quite full because I work a full-time job, then I run this business with my brother, then I create Instagram content, I have a blog and YouTube videos as well. And I also am writing my book. So I'm pretty much working every minute of every day, and it is a bit overwhelming, but if I can deal with that for 1 year, I believe that I'm going to be able to quit painting. That's my yearly calendar. I have some other goals that I haven't put down on here because they're not time-related goals, but those are in my journal, my daily journal. I hope after watching this video, you've either followed along or you've saved this video in your watch later to come back on when you buy the necessary supplies and you're ready to get onto making your yearly intentional calendar. Start living for more than just the passage of time. Take back control and live the life that you know you'll look back on without regret. Please leave a comment down below on what sort of things you plan to do this year, and share this to anyone who you think is a little lost and might need that bit of direction.